Welcome back to our conversation with Ambassador Reuben. He's the Consul General of Israel to New England. And Ambassador, since this happened, what sort of interaction, if any, have you had with the local Muslim American community? What can you tell us about that interaction and about the relationship that you have with them?
I have had very minimal relationship. First and foremost, the local Muslim population is not that large in comparison to other areas in the United States. There are and have been outreach over the last 3 years since I've arrived in the United States, as all of my predecessors have done, to the communities, but we have not sort of had any specific groups come to us.
The most strident voices are always the ones that make the news. I think that's a given. Are there, how would you characterize local Muslim Americans in terms of their posture toward Israel?
Well, I think in general they are belong to the quiet majority, that majority of people who do not come out into the streets and shout and scream about things that they don't know. I think the Muslim community here understands very well what they've left and what they are gaining by living in a democratic society in the United States. And I think that this is, as a lot of societies come, and the melting pot of the United States is a society that we sometimes don't often thank ourselves for living in. It's one of the things that even before October the 7th, I used to say one of our major mistakes of my generation is that we didn't teach the younger generation how lucky they are and to live in an open democratic society. And I think that this is something that goes not only for the Muslim community here. I think they do realize how lucky they are to live in a society like this. And then you have the fringes who are radicalized and being radicalized and continue to try to radicalize different parts of society.
Well, speaking of shouting and screaming, we see on campuses, let's just focus on the most famous campus, which is Harvard, where immediately after the atrocities of October 7th, a student petition, how many students it represented is questionable, but a student petition was circulated, basically celebrating the attacks as justified. And the Harvard administration issued a statement that was immediately denounced as insufficient. What went through your mind when you saw that sequence of events, and is this a bigger problem than just the usual kind of campus nonsense?
Well, John, this isn't the first time that we see things erupt in campus. I do admit that the fact that students were willing to blame the rape victim for rape is something that I find very hard to understand. You know, 1,400 people were massacred. Men, women, children, babies. The atrocities are so horrific that they cannot even be talked about on television or on radio, because what happened was something that is akin to evil of evil. And to see people who come out of centers of education behaving like that, and not being able to differentiate, A, between good and evil, and B, between what should be said is problematic not only for us, but for the future of your society.
We're out of time, and it's unfair to ask you this without much time to respond, but do you believe you'll see peace in the Middle East in your lifetime?
Even though the last month has made me a lot more depressed than I've ever been in my life, I am an optimist, and I definitely think that we will be able to reach peace. I hope that it will come.
Even after all this bloodshed?
Yes, even after all this bloodshed.
Hope you're right. Ambassador, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Right now, I'm going to send it back over to my colleagues for more WBZ News.